To achieve MARKHOR rank in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, you need to capture every single fruit, vegetation, and animal in the entire game. I've seen online different guides have different item numbers. I have 51 items. And keep in mind also, every single animal and plant can be found in multiple areas. I'm going to show you where is most convenient and where you can probably find it first. Also, if you can, I recommend doing this on very easy difficulty. Alright, the first location in the entire game, Dremuchij South. And I'm going to pronounce all these locations wrong, so get used to it. First thing we're going to get is the anaconda and the reticulated python. Alright, next is going to be a bird called the magpie. This first area is actually really good for marking a few things off the list right away. Now we're getting 2 mushrooms, the Siberian ink cap, and the Russian oyster mushroom. Marking the first frog off the list is the tree frog. Now if you look up in the trees, you'll find some Russian false mangoes. And there are a few different fruits or animals that drop medical items along with the food, and make sure to pick those up as well. Alright, now we're leaving and we're heading to the swamp. And the very first item that we're going to get should be fairly obvious. It's hard to miss. It's pretty big. That's what she said. Anyways, this area is infested with crocodiles. And also there's a hornet's nest up in the tree. Might as well get that too. Now we're going to do something special with this hornet's nest. So don't eat it and hold on to it for a while. In the same swamp area, next to this tree, you'll find a galava on the ground. You'll also find a few galavas up in the tree if you look up. Dolan Avondel? I don't know, I'm sorry. The area where you find the bridge. If you look up in the trees, you'll find some Yabloko Malocos. I probably said that wrong too. Or you can just call them the milk apple. Dremuchij East is going to be the very first area in Operation Snake Eater. We can find the flying squirrel gliding from tree to tree. And then Dremuchij North, we're going to find the green tree python, and we're also going to find the king cobra. Alright, in Razvet, we can find a couple different items we need, including the rat, which you'll find under the building. And then if you climb on top of the building, you'll find a bird called the Sunda whistling thrush. Once you're done beating the ocelot unit, go back to the very beginning of the game, Dremuchij South. You'll find a goat called the MARKHOR. And in this area, you can capture the Tsuchinoko, which is the most rare animal in the entire game. I already made a guide on how to capture it, so go watch that if you want. So the Tsuchinoko, I am not 100% sure if it's required for the MARKHOR rank, but it is an animal, so I think so. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Go ahead and just capture it, watch my guide, and you'll be okay. But please let me know if the Tsuchinoko is actually required for MARKHOR rank or not. I'm not 100% sure, so if you know for sure, let me know. Also in this area, we're going to find 4 different medical plants. These 4 medical plants are required to get the MARKHOR rank, so go ahead and get them when you come back to this area. Alright, we're leaving the Dremuchij areas, and we're leaving Razvet, and we're going to Chiorangi Prud, or Prude, I don't know. Also a big tip for the MARKHOR rank, use the thermal goggles, it'll be easier to find all the animals and plants. Alright, we're going to capture 2 different snakes called the coral snake and the milk snake. In their water, you'll need to catch 2 different frogs, the otten frog and the poison dart frog. The otten frog is going to be like a grayish color, it's going to be a little chunky, and the poison dart frog is red. You can't miss it. And this is all 3 frogs captured. Once you're in the water, you'll capture our very first fish called the arowana. Along with animals, you need to capture human food, including the ration, the calorie mate, and the instant noodles. They can be found in food storage areas throughout the entire game. After the pain boss fight, you'll fall into a cave, and we're going to find a few different items down here that we need. First thing that we can get is the Taiwanese cobra. And right next to the Taiwanese cobra, we can find a mushroom called the Russian glow cap. Next flying animal we can mark off the list is the vampire bat. They can be found throughout the whole entire cave. Hit them with the torch, or just shoot them or throw a grenade. In the cave, you're gonna find a lot of Kenyan crabs. They're hard to miss. You cannot miss these guys. They're everywhere. Remember when I said earlier to save and hold on to any hornet's nests that you may find? Well, this is why. You can use them during the pain boss fight. If you throw them on the ground, his hornets will be attracted to them and they'll go inside the nest. And when this happens, it makes a brand new food item, a nest full of hornets. Now, I am not sure if this is required for a MARKHOR rank, but like I said earlier with the Tsuchinoko, better safe than sorry. When you're done beating the pain boss fight, go ahead and look in the water. You'll find some maroon sharks, which are little fish. After you leave the cave, you'll come to the cave entrance and you'll find a Thai cobra. Not Taiwanese, Thai. Dremuchij South is going to be after the cave entrance, and you're going to come to this little creek area with a lot of cool water life. I find this area really fascinating and just really cool. So to finish the aquatic creatures category, we're going to find a tiny little fish called the big-eyed trevally. Dremuchij warehouse exterior, you'll find this little water area. We're going to find 2 spiders crawling on the wall, and if you hate spiders like me, blow them up with TNT or use a grenade. In Gorky South, we're going to find 2 items that we need, including the rabbit and a poisonous mushroom called the fly agark mushroom. Now the rabbit is going to drop a medical item. Make sure you pick that up too. In Gorky Lab exterior outside walls, we're going to find a very evasive, elusive, and sneaky bird. I have never found this tiny little bird before until I did my MARKHOR playthrough. It's going to be in this little grass area next to the door. It's going to be small and red. And if it flies away, you got to wait like a minute for it to come back. It's called the red avatavat. Now we're going to Granny Gorky Lab first floor. And you're going to go to the little courtyard area outside and you'll find a spatza mushroom or a sleep mushroom. Dremuchij South is after the Fear boss fight and before the End boss fight. In this area, you'll find more medical plants. If you missed any, you can grab them right here. And if you look up in the trees, you're gonna find some vine melons. And with that, our fruit and veggie category is complete. Now we're gonna head to Dremuchij West. Now look at the bottom of trees and you're gonna find the scaly tooth mushroom. And then along some more trees, you're gonna find the Earl luminescent mushroom. And that completes our fungi category. Dremuchij South is gonna be the boss area for the End. And in this area, there is one very specific animal that we need to find. The End's parrot. You should find the parrot fairly easily in the first sniping area. It should be up on a tree or on a log. Once you hit the mountain area, there's going to be 2 animals we need to find. One is the emperor scorpion, and then the other one is the vulture. And these 2 are going to be the last of both of their respective categories. Alright, to complete the snake category, you need to find 3 white snakes that are going to be laying next to logs during the boss fight. They're all named after Snake's future sons, Liquid, Solid, and Solidus. And with that concludes the final category, snakes. And that concludes the video, and every single animal and plant you need to find to get the MARKHOR rank in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.